13, 25 big ones. Jimmy, welcome to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live. The Hall of Famer Chris Mullen, NBA champ Festus Ezeli. I'm Bonte Hill. And what happened at halftime? In your debut there, you go back to Chicago where you started your career. You start your Warriors tenure back in Chicago. You guys are down 24. What was the message there at halftime and in that third quarter as you guys had that crazy turnaround?
Get some stops. We all know whenever we can guard, get into the open floor, we're definitely going to score enough points. We're going to make enough shots. We just got to guard without fouling.
Jimmy Butler, congratulations on a great game. Welcome to the Golden State Warriors. My question is, this team has been a prolific three-point shooting team. With your ability to play in the paint, play in the mid-range, and get to the free throw line, do you feel like that's going to balance things out on the offensive end?
I think so. As soon as I got here, everybody was telling me to be myself, play my style of basketball, and we'll make it work. I'll fit in just fine. So I went out there, did that to the best of my ability. Don't touch me. And we got it done.
Jimmy, what is it like to play with Steph Curry? It's one thing to see and play against him, but what has it been like for you so far playing with him first game back?
It's fun to watch whenever I was extremely exhausted, gasping for air over here on the bench. But just to play with him, how smart he is, how unselfish he is, and how he makes the most incredible shots, and he wants his teammates to be great. There's nothing like it.
Jimmy, incredible debut. I'm amazed at your fitness level. What have you been doing to stay in shape? Tonight, you look like you're in mid-season form.
Oh, I didn't feel like it. Looks can definitely be deceiving. I was exhausted. But, I don't know. I've been ripping and running, lifting, working on my game, trying to have fun while I wasn't able to compete. But tonight was a good one, and we started off on the right foot.
You know, Mullen and I love our cappuccinos. We know you're a big coffee connoisseur. You've been to
send some to the studio, baby.
Coffee. How much coffee have you had to drink over the last 40 hours, Jimmy?
A ton of coffee. Me and Steph got a lot of coffee to get over these next few days. So I'm excited, and I'm super glad to be here. And if you can't tell, I am very, very joyful.
Jimmy, nice talking to you. We see you when you get out to the Bay Area, but good luck Monday against Milwaukee.
Right. Thank you.
Anytime. Jimmy Butler making his Warriors debut. 25 points, 11 to 13 from the free throw line. 7 to 12 overall from the floor. You see the big face Coffee has a shot down in Miami, but you see the difference he can make getting to the free throw line, making his layups, slowing the game down, and he played it 29 minutes. Then look like you said, Mully, he was in mid-season form there, and you can see what he can do to help the Warriors in the half court.
Well, he's a great athlete, and Jimmy Butler, you cannot guard him one-on-one in the paint. I love the fact that this team looked really well organized in the half court, and they maintained their pace in the full court. Now, they got off to a good start. The first quarter, they started well, and then Chicago just put it on them. They regrouped in that third quarter. Steph Curry put on a show. But I really like the difference of pace between the attacking full court style, and when they got in the half court, Jimmy Butler in the mid post. Obviously, you can go one-on-one and score buckets to get to the free throw line, but you also saw some nice spacing and nice action out of that. A lot of the concerns that I think a lot of people had, myself included, I thought tonight, for the first night, looked really good.
It's really incredible to see him being in shape tonight after missing so much time. Jimmy Butler's a dog. It's confirmed in the league. He's been able to do this at a high level for a long time, and the Warriors are going to need this Jimmy Butler to continue to show up. Jimmy Butler plus a Steph Curry that has an incredible night like this, it's really beautiful basketball to see. One thing I saw from Jimmy, he's a great playmaker. Watching him in the post, being able to make plays at the rim. You see Draymond Green finding and feeding him. Buddy Hield threw a lob to him. That's his first bucket as a Warrior. These are the things that you're going to find Jimmy Butler fitting in very nicely. Him being a playmaker, drawing double teams, getting Steph open, and then also letting Steph be on the floor by himself, letting Jimmy be on the floor by himself. Steve Kerr went to different combinations tonight to see what was going to work, and it seems like he found a few different ones.
And getting back to the half-court action, I see a huge difference with Jimmy Butler in the mid-post. You can put the ball in his hands at any point on that possession. He can catch, face up. But so many times we're used to the Warriors having the ball at the top of the floor and having Steph run off screens. With Jimmy in the mid-post, all of a sudden the defense has collapsed to the baseline. He's such a threat one-on-one. Late in the shot clock, they're going to have to make a decision to come get him. And as Festus said, he's a really good passer late in that shot clock. If they come double him, he made some nice passes. He had a nice baseline drive, baseline drift to Quentin Post. So I like the half-court offense with him getting the ball early and really putting pressure on the defense to make a decision. Are they going to come get him? Or if you play him one-on-one, so he got to the free throw line 13 times tonight. And the other thing it does, too, it really settles the game down. They dominate points off turnovers. So at the very least, they're going to get a shot on goal, and that's really important for this Warrior team.
Well, turn around in the third quarter because things look bleak with 8:23 left. Chicago had their biggest lead of the game, up 24, 83-59. Kobe White was going crazy, getting wherever he wanted to. Josh Giddey had it rolling. And then the Warriors and Stephen Curry just turned it on. Stephen Curry with his 41st 20-point quarter of his career. That's the most 20-point quarters in the NBA since 96-97. He dropped 24 in his frame, and the Warriors rallied all the way back. And hopefully, Fezzi, they can carry this momentum into Monday night in Milwaukee.
From being down 24 to being up 6, Bonte, this was a crazy run, and this is one of the reasons why you don't guard Steph Curry one-on-one, because defenses know as he makes one shot, it's like 10 shots at the same time because he can go on these incredible runs. The Warriors made a 38-10 run in the third quarter. Steph Curry had 24 of those points. So he goes on these runs, and the Warriors just seem to find their offensive flow and swagger there in the third and fourth quarter.
It's the 5th largest comeback in the NBA this season. You see the list right there. The Warriors down 24 in the third quarter. I thought it was important too, Bully. They got Chicago into foul trouble. Vucevic went to the bench with 4 fouls. Dosunmu went to the bench with 4 fouls, and it took away Chicago's aggressiveness defensively. Warriors were in the bonus midway through the third quarter, and that helped unleash Stephen Curry from the three-point line.
Well, that's always a great way to control the game, is to get to the free throw line. As you said, about they put the opposing team into the bonus. All of a sudden, anytime you drive, every foul you get into the free throw line, putting points on the board, and then you can also set your defense. You're not getting run out on. But Jimmy Butler, to me, tonight, he looked like an old-school center in the offense. You can place the ball in the post. Everything gets spaced out. And you think about the way Steve Kerr used rotations tonight. Butler was basically the offensive post guy, and he had either Draymond or Loon as the center, and then shooters around Jimmy Butler. So it really looked pretty spaced out. The spacing was good. I thought Steve Kerr did a really good job with his rotations. Draymond or Looney, with Butler in the post, surrounded by shooters. So the spacing looked really good tonight.
No doubt about it.
I'm very impressed with Draymond and Jimmy Butler's chemistry on the court. Both offensively, you just talked about it, both of them together. You see Draymond feeding him, and you see Jimmy Butler coming off screens, making plays at the rim. But also defensively, I saw a lineup with Draymond, Jimmy, Quentin Post. You got Moses Moody out there and Brandon Podziemski, and these guys were flying all over the place. If for once in a long time, I got to see the Warriors swagger defensively where they were struggling. The other team was really struggling to get into the middle of the paint, and that's what you want to see from the Warriors if you're going to make this run back in the second half of the season.
Well, Jimmy Butler's a different defensive player than Andrew Wiggins, but one thing for sure, he's way more physical than Andrew was, especially in the low post.
He can body people up and get to the line all day long. That is a major difference there. As you take a look at Stephen Curry, Johnny Smith in here since 96-97. Stephen Curry with 41 20-point quarters. That leads everybody. The late, great Kobe Bryant with 36 quarters. James Harden with 29. Dame and Devin Booker on that list as well. And it came right in the nick of time, because you got to think Steph Curry in the previous 10 games, he was only shooting 30% from 3, 38% overall, and he was slumping, especially the first 2 games of this road trip, Fezzi, in Utah and LA. He was 12 of 31 in Utah, 13 of 35 in LA, and he erupted in that third quarter, going 7 of 11 from the floor, 24 points, 5 of 8 from 3. It is